Good morning to all the distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to honored guests, friends of the university. I want to welcome everybody. I'd also like to begin by welcoming a large number of public servants and elected officials here on the local, county, state level, and welcome all, welcome one and all. We are gathered here today to celebrate a major milestone, the groundbreaking of this new academic facility for Harrisburg University. And yesterday I was reading an article about Zlatan, the great soccer player, and he said, "I don't need to dream, I am the dream." And today this is that. This is the dream. This represents I think the realization of a vision. It represents the realization of that dream that so many people have been working on for almost 20 years. It represents also the world-class talent that is attracted to Harrisburg for learning, for teaching, for research, for working, and much more. Now, when I invoke these types of phrases, vision and world-class talent, that is my segue into my introduction for our first speaker, Dr. Eric Dar, the president of Harrisburg University. I told Dr. Dar this, I tell all my friends, I tell anybody who will listen that, in my opinion, I think this is the single most significant success story. Harrisburg University is the single most significant success story for the city of Harrisburg, I think since the state capitol. It represents a global brand for Harrisburg and a brand of excellence. And we're all gathered here today to celebrate that, and we're going to celebrate that with you, Dr. Dar, and a number of speakers here are going to help take credit for a lot of what's been accomplished here today. I want to just talk about a couple of things here. First being an example of that vision. In 2010, I met with Dr. Dar and his predecessor, Dr. Malchevelli, and we spoke then about the vision for the university, and we spoke about at the time the plans and the new academic tower for the university that now stands over at 4th and Market, and this site and what that meant for the future of the university. So we're talking about vision not in the small sense, really in the large sense of decades of planning and planning ahead. And it's not just a dream to do something, it's also to do something world class. And that's about a commitment to excellence. Zlatan, to his discredit, said school was okay, I got free food. And Harrisburg University is not just okay. Harrisburg University is a lot more than just okay. Harrisburg University is top ranked and highly respected in a number of degree programs. It's the number one private school for scholarships. Not to mention it's the 7th year with a tuition freeze, which is unheard of in higher ed. And of course, it's now a powerhouse. It's the number one esports powerhouse in the country. Yay. And the last thing I'm going to mention before turning over the mic here, in addition to the vision of Dr. Dar and his colleagues in the university, in addition to this commitment to excellence, I want to really salute them and congratulate you, Dr. Dar, and everyone who's worked on the university. I want to congratulate and salute you on grit. And I'm talking about, it's emblematic, it's representative of the greatness of the human spirit that is able to face and overcome obstacles, and all while maintaining your head high and seeking that vision and creating and building what was envisioned with that commitment to excellence. So thanks to that, we now have and are continuing to grow a world-class institution of higher education in the capital of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, of Harrisburg. And thanks in large part to the man who's going to speak next, and I'm going to turn it over here to Dr. Eric Dar.
Ralph, thank you very much. I appreciate all the kind words and thoughts, and you've been with us for much of the journey and have borne witness to the struggles and successes and everything in between. And so thank you very much for your continuing support and being here today. So, you know, the appreciation for this particular part of property and this particular part of the city, you know, hopefully will do you proud and build something that stands the test of time. So I too want to add my thanks to the elected officials that are here today. Some you'll hear from. Very much appreciate your support through the years and all that it's meant to us. Also, thank you to the business leaders that are here. We couldn't do what we do without you with regard to teaching in our classes, providing opportunities for our students, supporting financially what we do, our kind of sometimes crazy ideas and events that we have. So thank you very much for all of that support through the years. I also want to recognize all the many students, faculty, and staff from the university that are with us today, enduring the sun. And so thank you very much for your commitment to building a world-class university and for being here. It's evident that you care and evident that you put in the effort to make a difference for our students and our ability to change the world around us. So we very much thank you for being here. Last, again, some of you'll hear from today are partners in this particular project. So this project, this building represents a major step forward for the university, not just because of the facility itself, but because it represents a major move into healthcare and health sciences for the university. It represents our commitment and our promise to the community that we live in to support workforce development and to meet the needs of the employers in our region. And so, this has been a conversation with the leaders of the health systems, UPMC Pinnacle, Phil Garna-Shelley, Select Medical, Bob Hortenzio, Gary St. Hilaire, Cap Blue Cross, all of whom, those three sit on my board of trustees, and many more healthcare executives beyond those three about their needs and what would be needed, not just today, but in the next 2, 3, 5 years for their businesses and for all of us who rely on them for healthcare in central Pennsylvania. So again, this will be a terrific new facility, but more than that, it represents Harrisburg University's commitment to do what we can to solve the healthcare workforce shortage and to change the nature of healthcare education in our kind of dusty corner of the world. So we're excited about that. We're also excited that this represents a major move into another area that's very important for Pennsylvania, advanced manufacturing. And so we're very excited. I think some of you will be amazed at some of the machines that will be present in the new facility once they're there. It'll be, I think, the highlight of the tour, maybe that or the simulated hospital floor. I don't know, they'll vie for 1 and 2 as, favorite stops along the tour, but it's always great to see a, multicolored manufacturing robot doing its thing. I mean, I'm a mechanical engineer, so, I guess my heart kind of goes towards that side of things. But for us to play a major role in the, kind of burgeoning rebirth of manufacturing in Pennsylvania, we're excited about that. So again, the building will be super, but it represents programmatically a move for us. So a bit about the building itself. You can see some of the renderings in the project. I think the grand idea of the building, unfortunately, the lead architect on the project, Alex Wing, who designed our first building and designed this building as well, had a death and he's at a funeral. So, but his grand idea was the two main components of the project, the educational piece and the hotel, separate by a grand space. It's more than a hallway, more than, I don't know how exactly to describe it, but it's a grand space that connects the two but separates the two. And for a lot of reasons, we believe that the educational space and the hotel work very well together. Economic development in the city, opportunities for visitors that come to Harrisburg University and to other businesses that'll, I hope, co-locate right here with us. And you'll hear from Jay Shaw about the hotel piece, but we're very excited to have that as part of the project. So, sharing the space, the notion of a grand concourse. I'm not exactly doing Alex Wing and his architectural visions justice, but trust me, it'll be super awesome when it's done, and you'll stand in the space and you'll go ooh and ah, and and Alex will be happy about that. So that's much to look forward to. So again, thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it. Bearing the heat. I would also ask you, we need the site cleaned up. So on your way out, if you pick up a piece of steel or a wire and take it out with you, we'd appreciate that. Kidding aside. So the bricks, actually, you can take a brick as a memento if you are so interested. So again, thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
So we do have a number of dignitaries and elected officials who are here today. The first one I would like to welcome to the dais is the Honorable Mayor of the City of Harrisburg, Eric Papenfuse.
Well, good morning, everyone. It is good to see you. We are here today, as Ralph aptly said, to celebrate the incredible success story that is Harrisburg University. I've been mayor for about 5.5 years, and over those 5.5 years, the university has literally exploded. We have now thousands of students roaming the streets of Harrisburg, getting quality educations. We have instructors that have come to Harrisburg from all over the country. They are literally the catalyst of a larger economic development renaissance, which is happening throughout the city. But none of this would be possible without Harrisburg University, and we've come an incredibly long way in the last 5.5 years. So I'm here to thank Eric Darr for his vision, and the university for so aptly bearing the city's name and being a model for all things that are possible and good. And when we think about where we've come and where we're going in the city, if you think just about the Chestnut Street corridor, you're going to see an incredible amount of energy flanked by UPMC Pinnacle and its continuing growth along the riverfront, and the transportation center where we've got millions of dollars in new investment coming. The university is going to fit right in there with our new health sciences corridor. We have over $1 billion worth of planned projects coming to Harrisburg in the next few years, and this represents only about 1/10 of that. But it really speaks to the confidence which both the university and other investors have that Harrisburg is going to continue to grow. We are emerging from a time of financial distress to a time of great possibility for the city, and that is certainly due in a large part to the catalyst of the university. We've had concerts return to Riverfront Park. We've had festivals return to our streets like Market Street. We've had national championships coming into the city. And that's just the start of it, with thousands of workers and students bringing new life to really every aspect of city living. It's an incredible story. It's one which I can tell you is getting national attention. I've been called by national periodicals and other universities. They all want to know what we're doing in Harrisburg, and that is a great thing for the city. So congratulations to Harrisburg University. It's a wonderful day. Look forward to much more progress to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Next, I would like to invite up to the dais the President of the Dauphin County Board of Commissioners, the Honorable Jeff Haste.
Good morning. I got nervous for a minute. But on behalf of my colleagues, Mike Priest and George Hartwick, who are here to join us today, I'm happy to stand here and say that the county is very proud of Harrisburg University and where they have come and where they will be going. Some a couple of weeks ago, I was sitting at home and I was talking with my family, and my oldest son was saying, and I've said to him, I really wish this university had been in place when he was looking to go to college, because this would have been right up his alley. But I was saying to my kids, they're like, so what is it about Harrisburg University that you really like? Why do you get excited about it? You know, and they've heard me talk about the festivals that the mayor referred to and the esports. And, you know, the esports have really put this place on the map. And I saw a couple of players today. In fact, Hunter's right here in the back. Hunter, he's one of the key players of the sport. But I told him it's really that Harrisburg University made me feel good. And they said, how did they make you feel good? When they came out with that commercial that said about nerds being cool, I then felt good. You know, because I don't know how you are, my grandkids think that Poppy's cool, but my kids know that I'm a nerd. So when you did that commercial, that's really what got me in there. But when the mayor was talking about how this university has put its footprint across the nation, I want to say this, I know firsthand, it's not just across the nation. I go to Canada every so often. Those of you know that I like to do the outdoors and I like to fish. And last year, just as the championship was coming up, I was up there and there were a couple of young local Canadians talking, and they wanted to know where I was from, and I said Harrisburg, and started talking about Harrisburg University. They knew about the esports tournament that was going on then. So there are folks watching what goes on here all around the nation, even where we don't know. And one of the things I want to say, you know, Ralph spoke earlier about vision. He used vision and he used some of those words. But today when I talk about Harrisburg University, I talk about nimble, flexible, agile. Because that's really what is going to keep this university moving forward and what's going on. The great thing I like about the staff at the university and the leadership is whenever there's a project or wherever there's something going on, if you call up and have that conversation with them, they find a way to solve that problem. And they are solving it in areas that are very instrumental to where this nation moves. And let's not forget the real purpose of this university, and it's the students. And I want to say I was extremely proud of President Dar when I saw his comments in the local media recently when he talked about not raising the tuition for the students. And he brought everybody back to the fact that this is a university that provides an opportunity for students who wouldn't have an opportunity elsewhere to come here and to get an education and to get something that can have them go out and be in the workforce and have a life and a family-sustaining job in areas that other universities just aren't catching yet. You know, when we talk about STEM, we talk about where this is going. You know, we were talking about STEM 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 10 years ago at this university, but now he's talking about manufacturing. What other higher educational facility do we hear talking about this? They're still talking about core curriculums and things like that. Harrisburg University will still help out with that, but they are agile, they're nimble, they're flexible, and they are game changers, not only for the city of Harrisburg, but for this region and for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. My hat's off to you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Commissioner. I would like to welcome next. We are also honored to have members of the Pennsylvania legislature here with us today. And first, I would like to welcome Representative Stan Saylor.
It's my pleasure to be here today. First, I have to do a little cheerleading. I say to all the Ivy League schools, eat your heart out. We have a national championship here in Harrisburg in Central PA. And, you know, I was telling Hunter when they were up visiting the Capitol with Patty Kim and I and the rest of the representatives, after the ceremonies on the House floor and everything else, a bunch of members walked up to me and said, wow, I just thought they'd be a bunch of geeks or nerds. They're not nerds. So I thought that was a compliment to Hunter and all of them, that it's not what members expected to see. And people are really getting excited about Harrisburg University here. And, you know, this new 17-story facility here for Harrisburg University is going to enhance not only the city of Harrisburg mayor, but our whole central Pennsylvania. And the tribute that the student body, the faculty, and the administration, President Dar, you've done an outstanding job. And everybody that's a part of this team, the board of directors and everything. And I want to thank today, Mark Single got me kind of involved in this whole thing. Mark, to you, I say thank you. Brian Kelly's here. Great job in making sure that we in the legislature knows the importance and what's been going on here at Harrisburg University. It's just fantastic. And what a gateway to Central PA as well. You know, healthcare continues to be one of our fastest growing sectors in our economy. And Harrisburg University is being a model for the entire state. And I repeat that, a model for the entire state of Pennsylvania. When you think about last year, they placed 100% of their students in real jobs. Real jobs. There isn't a university in this Commonwealth or probably in this country who can claim that they did that. What a great tribute to the administration and the faculty. This new tower, of course, will enhance the university, and it's going to be a real jewel. I'm so excited when I've seen the architectural viewpoint. Unlike you, President Dar, I'm not an architect or an engineer, so I can't describe it, but I just think it's just amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing it when it's open. But this is a really important step for Pennsylvania, and I think President Dar and this university is continuing to set the bar for all of our colleges and universities and trade schools as to what and how to do things and how to be innovative and meet the needs of today's industry, manufacturing and everything else. Because that's the biggest thing that I hear as a legislator, no matter where I go, is I need trained workers, and I can't find them. Harrisburg University is filling that void and doing an outstanding job in it. So again, this is going to be a facility that all of Pennsylvania should be proud of, not just central Pennsylvania, but this facility is a state-of-the-art, and the university itself, there is not, and I don't live in Harrisburg, I don't live in Dauphin County, I live in York County, but this is going to be a model and something all of us in this Commonwealth can be so proud of when this facility opens, not only with what Hunter and his team at eSports brought to Pennsylvania and the attention they got and all the different programs. So again, I want to say thank you to President Dar for all his hard work and his creation. I don't want to forget Doug Firestone, who's outside there in the heat. Doug, I hope you're sweating a little. So I know he's nervous. I had to write comments because certain people know that if I don't have written comments, I kind of talk for a long time. So again, congratulations to all of you, and thank you, and God bless the university.
Thank you to Representative Saylor. And next up, we have our hometown representative, Representative Patty Kim, here from the city of Harrisburg.
Good morning, everyone. Congratulations to Harrisburg University, to Dr. Dar and the Board of Trustees. I know this is a long time coming. About 12 years ago, when I was on Harrisburg City Council, the original HU tower plans came before us. And I said out loud, "You want to borrow how much? You have 12 students enrolled. Are you serious?" Thank God I didn't say no, because it'd be really embarrassing today. But this feels surreal to know that it would have been such an easy decision if I had known that on Ralph's birthday in July of 2019, a second tower would be constructed. This is amazing. And what I'm so proud of, other than HU, is the collaboration that I am seeing in Harrisburg today. I am so proud of the city when UMPC comes together, when HAC comes together, when Whitaker comes together, all under the umbrella of STEAM, STEM, whatever you want to call it. We are working together and we're putting ourselves on the map, you guys. Maybe resources are more available, but it was crab in the barrel atmosphere. And to be an example to the young students here today that adults can work together and not fight is amazing. So we're just beginning. We're just starting getting warmed up, HU. We look forward to more things to come. And again, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you. And last but not least, I would like to welcome our state senator for Dauphin County, Senator John DeSanto.
Good morning, everyone. I hope my dress is not an indication of my lack of support of the university, but some of the more age-challenged gentlemen in the audience may remember Daltrix, the next street over. When I was young, you went there and got a suit, and the salesman would always say the suit is finished by the shoes. And back then, I was growing so fast, I get a new suit, I always got new shoes. So if I couldn't wear my shoes, I wasn't going to wear the suit. And I hope you can forgive me for that. You know, Winston Churchill said that as we build buildings, we shape them, but they shape us after we occupy them. And as somebody who spent 35 years in the real estate development business in very complex, hard to finance, hard to build real estate development projects, I think I have a little different perspective at that. And since I've been a senator for 2.5 years, also representing Perry County, Ralph, I can't forget that, I'll get in trouble, and gotten to know the university and been to not only some of the social events, but the open houses with associated new businesses that started in the incubation thing, touring the university, just seeing the dynamic, cutting edge education that they're providing. I'm really excited about this. The building to me is just, it's inspirational for the city on a number of levels. I know it's going to be inspirational for the students that are there, and it'll be inspirational for the faculty as well. And all that energy, I know, is going to flow out of that building into the city. And a lot of people don't think developers are people, but we are people. We think about stuff like this occasionally. So I'm so happy to be here. I wish you continued success. And moving forward, I am happy to continue to work with Patty. I think we try to work well together, and the mayor, and to try to continue to just keep the city on the great trajectory it's moving. Because for our largest population center, it does no good for all of our surrounding counties. And it's okay, you're from York. We're all Pennsylvanians. You know, we need to get past that. We're all working together. We're just going to keep moving the ball forward. Thank you for having me, and continued success, Eric. Thank you.
Thank you all. Next, I would like to welcome Jay Shaw from Hersha Hospitality Trust.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone. There have been some great thoughts shared, so I'm going to keep my remarks very brief. But let me start by saying that at Hersha Hotels and Resorts, we are absolutely delighted to be working together with President Dar, his very insightful, thoughtful, and effective board of trustees at Harrisburg University, and this fine city that I've had the pleasure of calling home for, well, I forget how long it's been. It's been a long time. But, you know, I think this, the tower that we are breaking ground for today and celebrating today, I think is going to prove to be a really amazing inflection point in Harrisburg University's story. We got to know Harrisburg University and have gotten to know them well across the last many years, and the progress that they've made with such an innovative model in higher education, and the model that they use to develop young minds, to put them into the workforce in areas that the country and the state both need so importantly, has been great to see. Their reach across the oceans with the international students that they bring to Harrisburg has also been very, very impressive to us, and we're very excited to be a part of it. I think these kind of impactful projects will create a migratory moment and a real inflection in the development of this university. And I imagine as we look down the road another decade, it could lead to developments in boosting our corporate structure here in Harrisburg with incubators and new startup companies, and some of our graduates remaining in the city and making this an even stronger and more vibrant community. To be a part of something that's going on in Harrisburg is very exciting for me. I didn't want to share how old I am, but my family moved to Harrisburg when I was 3 months old. We moved into a walk-up apartment on Green Street. My mom and dad, immigrants from Bombay, India at the time, were 22. My father was, and my mother was 20 years old, not knowing what was going to become of them. And Harrisburg, across the last 50 plus years has become the home of our American story. And so for us to be involved in a project of this scale and of this importance to Harrisburg is just really, truly something very special and meaningful. President Dar, to the Board of Trustees, congratulations. It's very exciting, and thank you for having us be a part of it.
Next, I would like to welcome the faculty president for Harrisburg University, the man, in a sense, for whom this building is built. You could say he's the Helen of Troy, whose face launched this building, Dr. Glenn Mitchell.
Well, that may
Well, I don't know how to live up to that. So I'm both an engineer and an emergency physician, so I understand heat stroke really well. I'm going to be very brief. But I want to say that it was obvious to me that our great building project, the next major building project we have, is dedicated to healthcare. It just seemed obvious to me as a doctor that this is where we should go. And it really will mean a lot to the Valley. It'll mean a lot to Pennsylvania and the surrounding areas as we improve the availability of healthcare education for the full range of providers of healthcare for all of us. We might actually get appointments when we want them. We might get those things in the future, so we're really looking forward to that. So on behalf of the faculty, as its president, I want to acknowledge and thank and express our gratitude to the vision, to the energy, and to the courage of our Board of Trustees and President Dar. We've joined this institution because we believe in the vision and we believe in the mission. We are extremely grateful to our elected representatives and to the businesses of Harrisburg and the people of Harrisburg for supporting us. And in return, I would like to offer our pledge that we will continue to turn out graduates from this university who will make Harrisburg proud. Thank you.
Finally, I would like to welcome the chairman of the Board of Trustees for Harrisburg University, Randy Grossman.
Well, I'm the cleanup hitter here, and I'm going to take my speech and throw it away because you've heard about today a lot of the reasons we're here today. But I do want to go back and say, and let everyone know here today, that the Board of Trustees of Harrisburg University is all in. I look around and we have past chairmen, and I've been lucky to serve with some of the greatest people around on our board who have given their time, their effort, their vision to support Dr. Dar and Eric and what he's attempting to accomplish. A couple of years ago, I listened to Patty Kim. Some of us were around when we were saying we want to build a building of this magnitude, and I was here with our first graduating class of 7 that wasn't too long ago. So Eric kept telling us, I have a vision for a world-class university. And of course, we were skeptical, but we said, we'll support you and support you. When I look at what this building represents, it is a tangible step in that direction of a world-class university. And as far as the physical presence in Harrisburg, one of our themes was Harrisburg is our campus. The city is our campus. And when you look at this tower, it'll be a cornerstone anchor to our existing academic tower, and in between, joining in our new Students Activity Center at the Whitaker Center. So as we build, the footprint is emerging for not only our physical presence, but how we're aligned with some of the key partners in Harrisburg. Pinnacle, UPMC Pinnacle, and Select Medical have all worked with us to get behind this effort. and are going to help us with our academic programming, clinical placements, etc. And that's always been our core mission, to support businesses in the area. So I'm the only one separating us from the beginning of the ceremony, but I'll just conclude by saying my children, over the last 4 to 5, 6 years, have continuously asked me, what are you doing? Why are you involved in this? And I would always explain to them this great vision, etc. The only thing that's really gotten to them recently is they're all getting to me saying, hey, have you seen this new ESPN article on esports and your powerhouse status? So, it is making an impression nationally, but more importantly, the model that we have created here is what's making an impression nationally, and hopefully more universities will follow this mold because it has been working and will continue to work. So, on behalf of all of the trustees, I thank you all for coming, and we're going to continue to be all in to support Eric and his vision and all of the fine faculty and staff. So I thank you very much, and I think we now go to the ceremony.